Now I have a confession to make. I do love detective games. Whether I'm running around as Detective Pikachu trying to investigate the mystery of a cave, or floating around as a inquisitive vengeful spirit in the game Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, detective games do have a special place in my heart. So when I was introduced to Lucifer Within Us, a sci-fi gritty adventure taking place in a world where the church has dominated much of politics and leadership, I jumped at the chance to help uncover the mysteries of murders that are plaguing this game. So is it fun? Is it worth playing? That's what you're here to find out in 5 minutes. So first let me start with presentation. Now, the game designs are a bit blocky, reminiscent of the older days of Nintendo 64 and the original PlayStation. There is some voice over here and there, but note that not all the dialogue lines are voice over. However, what makes the presentation really stand out is your ability to see events happen as described by the suspects. This is very helpful to visualize and see if there are any contradictions that the suspect makes in his statement, allowing you to dive a bit deeper and pry into the contradictions and try to find out why they are lying or why they have left out certain details. So in this case, the presentation, although very simple, does do its job. So next, I want to talk about gameplay. Now, the gameplay, as described earlier, involves you playing as this detective called Inquisitor Ada or Sister Ada, and she's trying to extract information from suspects to a murder case. Through witness testimony and the gathering of physical evidence, you're able to piece together a story and better know who the murderer might be. Once you're able to establish the means of murder, the opportunity to murder, and the motivation behind the murder, you'll be able to solve the case. But as this is being a religious sci-fi theme, that's not all you have to do. Using a glossary, which is provided in-game, you have to identify which demon is responsible for the possession that led to the murders. And once you're able to do all this, you'll then banish the demon into the Nether and close the case. But good gameplay and good presentation will all be meaningless if the story is bad. As this is a detective game, having a bad story will instantly ruin the experience for any gamer. And I'm glad to say the story is actually quite decent. It brings in elements of religion, particularly Christianity, and technology together in an interesting tale. And even though there are only 3 cases in this game, they all combine together to lead to the one grand satisfying conclusion, and of course a cliffhanger. So all in all, I did enjoy this game, so I'm giving it a 7 upon 10. Lucifer Within Us tries to do something new by blending in elements of faith and technology. And a particular highlight is when Inquisitor Ada, or Sister Ada in this case, is able to peer into the minds of the suspect and a plan to root out contradictions and find more clues to help her finally resolve who the culprit behind the murders are. If I do have any complaints, is that number 1 and the chief most complaint is that the game is way too short. There are only 3 cases and there's so much more where that you feel that the mechanisms can be applied further. And the other thing I have to complain is that a lot of mechanics feel underused, and I feel I only skim the surface of the potential of this game. So for instance, the maximum number of suspects at any one time is 3, and in the final case you expect some sort of challenge, but because you are so used to the mechanics, that the final case turns out to be a breeze instead of a real challenge. So with that, I conclude. If you're interested in detective games, you might want to give Lucifer Within Us a try. I hope you have a good week ahead, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take care everyone. Bye.
Silence, Lotan. Reuben may yet be redeemed. You are a scourge. Without your influence, a good woman would still be alive.